the belief systems that drove the attitude that we saw on the film it's a very much part of this culture. And I think what you've got to realise the politics of it as well. We can deal with it with individuals, and we can get very angry when we face individuals who demonstrate racist attitudes and behaviour. But it's very much systemic in the government and in the institutions that, control all our lives. You know what I mean? And we have to realise that these attitudes are there. This wasn't an accident. I believe that when they implemented this policy, they also knew that they do impact assessments in governments, and they know what the knock-on effect is going to be. But it was simply about politics. If you follow the right-wing press, the Mail, the Express, they use the fear of immigration to stir up their people's fears and emotions to get their agenda across. And I don't want to get into this conspiracy theories and all that, but they have agendas, they've got political agendas that they must divide, they must create chaos, they must create confusion in people's minds. And we've got to get ready, because history has a way of repeating itself. And I think we've got to be really, be aware of, what is going on around us, even now with the implication of Brexit and so forth, what is going to happen there. None of them know. And when you lose that which you value and esteem greatly, your economic power, because all it was about economics, about the benefit of us coming here as economic slaves. They took the chains off, they say, and they come over there, they indoctrinated us, they promoted the benefits, the advantages of coming over here. And I'm sure in Parliament in 1948 or 1947, 1946, when they were debating it, there must have been division, there must have been, like we see now, all of them, oh yes, go to the Caribbean and bring all, our Negroes over. No, there must have been, and the community, the public wasn't aware. Like, these blacks has turned up on our doorstep, where they're coming from. You know what I mean? Why are they here? So they weren't educated, they wasn't prepared for what was coming. And so we got to be aware that, that they want to control us, they want to manipulate us, and they will do it again for their own political expedience. So the answer, I won't go into now, that's another topic.
Australians and all the other colonial countries, let them come in, but we have to young people that we have now, I know in my time we were radical. Do you really think that they're going to put up with the crap? Oh God, I'm so sorry to one young people. They're not going to put up with it. And this is the thing that we have to be prepared for. Our young people were born here. They have a right to be here. We have a right to be here. You know the song, they took us away from Africa with the intention to steal our culture. Right? The thing that they didn't know is that wherever we are, we're not going to stay down. We will still rise. Still, I rise. This earth doesn't belong to one person. It belongs to all of us. But you know, greed is a mean master or mistress. And we have to know, prepare ourselves for the uprising that's coming, because our young people are not going to sit still for this. And it's still going on, by the way. It's still happening.
Okay, Joanne, say something?
Well, when my dad left this country to go to Jamaica, on the way back, they told him that he doesn't live here, and he told them he does. He's got 3 children here. So we had to write letters to prove that we were born in this country. So, you know, and to know that people came here, were invited here, and they were promised that they were going to have work and what have you. And then when they came here, they got demoted. So they came with skills. They weren't like unskilled. They were above or over skilled. And then they had to work menial jobs for menial pay. And their aim wasn't to actually stay here. It was to build up and then take their money back home. Yeah? But we're in a system where they're just greedy, manipulative. They say one thing and do another thing. They've actually flipped the script on us. So, you know, so if they say A, you just do B, yeah? Yeah, and I was quite honoured to be invited to play or to participate. Doing this performance has actually helped me to project my voice, because I do poetry, and I didn't think my delivery was that great, but since having done this, I'm able to project and put a bit of oomph and soul into my performance. And it's thank you to Tony Seeley and everybody else that we worked with, and also to have an awareness of what the Windrush era and people went through, and also to be proud of our heritage, of where we were birthed from, what our ancestors went through. Horrendous and horrific treatment. Windrush is not the only experience that our ancestors went through. And I am now learning about who I am, where we came from, where we originated from. We are the original indigenous people of everywhere. We're not just in one place. We're in, we're just everywhere, isn't it? Yeah. So, and you know, and it's thanks to other people who go globally, show us in statues, carvings, all the creativity that we have, that we were born with or we are birthed with. Just so much history that has not been told on purpose, yeah? So when we're in school, we get taught about slavery. So we started from slavery, but they don't tell you about before slavery, yeah? Where we were kings and queens, and we had the gold. We had empires, exactly, yeah? And we have so much, like the soil is rich, yeah? But we get told crap, and we get told to accept the crap. Our stuff gets suppressed, where we are creative. We don't get to be creative at school. They just want you to do academically, work for somebody, build up other people's empires, but not have your own empire and not be able to leave a legacy for your children. So you've got other people who are privileged, their children get what we slave for, we get paid less money, but we're doing the same job. And in fact, we're doing a better job than other people, but we still get a little menial money. So now it's about entrepreneurship, isn't it? That's where I sit, stand, overstand. Yeah.
I wonder if it's possible to hear from some of the older generation to hear what their views and opinions are. So Maud, you came in 19...
I came in 1971. I think we were the last recruit. We recruited as nurses. There was about 15 of us, we all from St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, and we had to go to Barbados to get a large aircraft to come to Heathrow. And when we landed, there was two of us going to St. Heliers Hospital, and this guy was standing there with his placard, nurses for St. Heliers, there's placard over there, nurses for Manchester, and so forth. We went down to St. Heliers Hospital, we got there, well, he dropped us off somewhere. And I said to the girl, my colleague, I said, listen, let's hitch. And we hitched a lift to St. Heliers Hospital, and the lady cautioned us never to do that. She dropped us right in front of the hospital door, and we went in, and I thought to myself, my God, this is what we come to. Tiny room, the home sister wasn't very nice, very pleasant. And I came on I landed on the 22nd of June 1971. December 1971, I went and visited a friend of a friend I'm from Grenada. And he said to me, you could play the pools, and I played the pools. And I won 732 pounds, and I thought, God, I'm rich. So I'm going back home. I do not like this. And I handed my resignation, duty beyond my control, not knowing the consequences. No one told you when you're assigned to a hospital, you have to stay there until you finish those 3 years, or if you want to specialize in something, it's another year, 4 years. And I left, and I went to visit some friends down in Southall. And I was there for a while, and then I thought, oh, you know what? Probably I have 6 months left, so before my visa run out. So I'm going to do a little job. So I went to work with some English people as a home help. And lo and behold, some tragedy happened back home. And they said to me, no one knew I'd left the hospital because I keep sending my little £2, pretending that I'm still working and doing well. And I said to myself, oh my God, what am I going to do? Then I wrote to the Home Office and said to them, well, this is the situation. And lo and behold, they said to me, well, we're going to deport you because you're an illegal immigrant. I said, I'm not illegal. So someone told me I should go and find the High Commissioner, Grenada High Commissioner. I went to there and said to me, did you not know you can't leave the hospital that you're assigned to? He said, no one told us that. You say, okay, we'll try to get you back into a hospital. Got me back into another hospital. I stayed there, finished my studies, and one thing came to my mind. I said, you know what? I have to do something because I still don't like what's going on in my situation because they're still treating you badly. And I then thought to myself, okay, I'll finish my studies and get a job and do agency and try and get more money because the National Health wasn't paying lots of money, so agency was paying more, which I did. And then I had 3 years in the country and I decided to apply for citizenship. But I tell you something, it's not that easy. It wasn't that easy. It was very, very hard. and people treated you like as though you were nobody, and your passport didn't even mean anything, even though it had Commonwealth citizen. And also, even though certificate exams we did in Grenada was set in Cambridge, marked in Cambridge, and we came here, didn't even word the paper it was written on. They will not accept your qualification. No. So I had to go back to college and try and get some O-levels. But I teach my children to know where you come from, know where you're at, and where you're heading. And they're good citizens today.
I'm going to do something that might be a bit embarrassing. Mum, are you okay to have something, say something? I don't know what you told me many stories, but...
Yes, I could tell you, but it's, you know, it's to bring
When did you arrive, Mum?
1961. 1961 I came here. And I got a job in factory in Bermondsey. After a few months that was here. And I had to work 5.5 days, Saturdays, and it was 3 months a week. And yeah, if you look at the nature of the nature I have, I worked and started having children, and that put me off a little while back. But then the only discriminating that I could experience is that it's a place to live. You couldn't get nowhere to live. I remember one place I lived in 1 month, for just about 3 weeks. I don't notice the house is a family place, and it's not for anyone else outside. You see, 3 months, and I was out. It's about twice that happened to me. I have to move very quickly. And but God is good, because we sort of stick with a lot of West Indies. There was a lot of us there, and the help. They really give you a lot of advice to get help. But the only thing in 1968, when Enoch Powell came in with the Rivers of Blood, and then we had to stand up. We said no, and some people were saying, all right, he wants to pay people up. We said, you've got to pay every one of our children. If something like that has happened, and then after a few months, 2 years, it just quieted down. Didn't hear nothing more about it. No. It was him, you know, that started up this. But away from that, I spend the time with people that are here and with little before me, and it wasn't too bad. I didn't find any discriminating. I mean, maybe, you know, I was a lone person or something like that, you see. But when it comes to working, I did work, and I have factory. Then I do table clearing a lot, and I work in a hotel, chambermaid those times, Strand Palace, and so, you know. And then the children, they come in between, and then, you know, 3 children, like one day, next day, the other day. And then, when they started school at 7, it was, at that time, this going to school age, it was a bit late, about 6.5, 7. Before they started like in primary school, first school. I remember it was 3 of them. And I just worked my way around, and I'm thanking God every day. And that's it then, really, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, what I'd like to do now is just bring you back to the drama of their performance. So essentially, in the story of their play, this character essentially started at home in the Caribbean, and she was invited to leave the Caribbean in the early 60s to come to England, and she arrived and time traveled, time passed throughout the years of her working, and she then became older, and on her 70th anniversary she was 70 years old, and they were celebrating her life as an older woman, 70 years in the UK, which they were all dancing. And on that day in the drama, unfortunately, that was when our character received a knock on the door by the state agents, came and gave her the letter to tell that she was going to be removed tomorrow morning. So that was kind of the narrative structure of the drama. What I'd like to invite you as the audience to do, because I want to put you in the role of the family. This is the family here. So here's Cherry, who's been here for 70 years. Here's one of the next door neighbours who's supported the family for many, many years. This is obviously a relative. And then we have another relative here who's just popped out to get some fresh air. And here we have the younger Cherry. But essentially, it's her 70th birthday, Cherry. You've all been invited to her celebrate her party. And on the film, she was dancing and having a wonderful time. And all of a sudden, there's a knock on the door. A letter comes that they're going to remove her tomorrow. But as friends and family and neighbours who are close by and know her and known her for quite a while, we would like your considerations, your suggestions, your recommendations of what Cherry could do, can do, because they're coming tomorrow, and perhaps we would like to hear what you, friends of the family, are suggesting. So, if I can ask you to, I want to make this as interactive as possible. So essentially, it's a little bit of a sort of speed dating, but walking on legs. And you're going to have to, if you've got an idea of what you feel you should do for Cherry, what should happen for her, then keep that idea. But you may have a conversation with somebody, and you may be influenced or changed in somewhat, or you may hold on to your idea of what you feel that Cherry could or should do. But essentially, I'll give a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll find out what the advice might be for Cherry. So I'd like you to get up and move around and talk to people for a few moments, 2 or 3 people, and find out what the best thing that you could do.
What should I do? No, I got it done with my auntie. Yeah, do you know Auntie Tony? Auntie Tony.